Welcome to the regular meeting of the Board of Trustees for the West Ada School District. It is Monday, November 10th, 2025 at 6:06 p.m. Will everyone please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're going to take a quick picture, so ladies, stay right here. Sarah will just run around and we'll stand up back here. All right, thank you so much. Madam Clerk, are there any changes to the agenda?
Madam Chair, there are none.
All right, we have a very exciting evening tonight that will begin with our brand new trustee, Evelyn McCullough. Can we please invite you up to the podium? We want to welcome you as the new trustee appointed for Zone 2 and start with asking you to raise your right hand, please, as we swear you in. Evelyn, if you'd repeat after me. I state your name. Can you turn her mic on for me, please, Sarah? Can you say that again?
I, Evelyn McCullough,
Swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
swear or affirm that I will
Support
support
the Constitution of the United States.
of the United States
And the Constitution of the State of Idaho.
and the Constitution of the State of Idaho,
And that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the Office of Trustee
the duties of the Office of Trustee
of West Ada School District
of West Ada School District
in Ada and Canyon Counties,
in Ada and Canyon Counties,
State of Idaho,
State of Idaho,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Now, Clerk Engel will provide you with the Code of Ethics, and if you'll take a moment to read and sign that. All right, let me be the first to take this opportunity to congratulate you, Trustee McCullough, and welcome you to the West Ada School District Board of Trustees.
Thank you.
Because we do this for everything, we're going to come down and take a picture. So come on down and we'll do it.
Lori's on an island by herself.
And I'm not visible at all. All right, that will move us to our reports and spotlights, and I'll turn the time over to Dr. Bubb.
Madam Chair, trustees, I'd just like to take a minute to, in my board report, to recognize our veterans. Being the day before Veterans Day, this is a great holiday because obviously it gives us a chance to recognize and support our veterans out there. But when you go onto our school campuses, many of our school campuses have different celebrations for the veterans in our community. So if you're a veteran in our audience right now, if you could stand and be recognized.
How about your family of veterans?
And Veterans Day is not just for those who served. I think, being part of a military family, I will tell you, those around the families of our veterans are also very, very admirable individuals. And so thank you for anybody who serves our country, and for those families around them. That's not an easy task. So we are grateful for that, and grateful for the freedoms that we take for granted every single day. I'd love to call up now, in that segue, Brooke Roy to talk a little bit about some of the academic highlights over at Paramount.
Thank you. Madam Chair, trustees, Dr. Bubb, thank you very much for having me here tonight to just share a little bit about the amazing things that are happening at Paramount Elementary. I didn't know I had to use the clicker, so I'll figure that out in just a moment. Really some of the amazing things at Paramount really will be about our literacy and math scores. We make literacy a top priority at Paramount, and our data really does reflect that. Last school year, the 2024-25 school year, we ended that year with 96% of our kindergarten through third grade students reading at proficiency. Of special note with that, 98% of our third graders were reading at grade level, which means it might have been one or two students not at grade level, which we were very excited about as they're heading into fourth grade. Of other particular note, our kindergartners grew by 28 points from the start to the end of the school year. So we really just emphasize that it is a priority from the first day our kindergartners walk through the door, and then continue on, not just in third grade that they're done with third, so we stop worrying about reading, but we really do continue to support them and push to make every single one of those kids grow with their reading skills. In addition to that, we also talk about our math scores and how we develop problem solvers. So last year, which would now be our current fifth graders, our current fourth grade students who were third grade students last year ended at that year 85% proficient on their math ISAT, and then our current fifth grade students ended 84% proficient. So we take a lot of pride in our math scores as well. Just to kind of put that into context, when we look at our state averages, our third grade state average is a 48% proficiency rate, and for fourth grade it's 50%. So you can see that those students are performing well above the state proficiency level. When Paramount began as a school in 2007, it was going to be prioritized that it was going to be a school of character. And it has something that, as I've been an administrator, this is my 9th year now working at multiple other schools, the priority that has been established and maintained on character development is evident in everything that has been done at that school. So I really want to take a moment to just highlight that we really do emphasize specific character traits throughout the entire year. We talk about responsibility, respect, caring and kindness, trustworthiness, fairness, and citizenship. And our teachers will highlight students every single month that we then will highlight then in school-wide assemblies, parent breakfasts for recognizing their student, as well as just other visible ways within the school about how our students are demonstrating those character traits. So it is a very big deal for our students. We've also added a few extra awards so our specialist teachers can also join in that as well, so it's not just our grade level teachers. We've also really, along with that, have emphasized 5 specific learner dispositions within the last several years. And those are really there just to help them become lifelong learners as well. And we really emphasize that along with being students of character, we obviously care about their academic development, and so we will also just explicitly teach these 5 learner dispositions, which are motivation, ownership, curiosity, cooperation, and perseverance. Really, one of the other things that I like to emphasize is what I truly believe is what makes Paramount so special, and that is that we really do cultivate a culture that talks about teamwork, and we're not just about our staff, but including our students, our staff, and especially our community of parents. We have some of the most unbelievably supportive parents and community members at our school. And they really do align with what we believe in, where we want to talk about our students working hard and having fun, that we elevate our teaching staff, really encourage them to be hardworking, dedicated, and supportive of all of our students. We encourage our parents to be involved with as many opportunities as possible where they can volunteer and join our PTA. Our PTA is a huge support system for us as well, and they're continually supporting our students and our staff. But overall, we're just really working on creating that overall school community that enjoys and supports one another. And really, we work on this to where it's not accidental, it's very intentional, and it allows us to maintain our high expectations while still maintaining like the joy and connection that we have at school. Because of this, we're so fortunate that when we talk about shortages and other issues that schools face, we rarely have a lot of those shortages because we have so many parents that volunteer as volunteers, as subs, as noon duties, crossing guards, and other support staff, and we're very blessed because of that. We very much recognize how fortunate we are to have the parent involvement that we do. So in summary, really Paramount is a place that we really focus on our students excelling both academically and through their character so that they can build habits to be just overall good humans, and we're proud of that. Thank you.
And of course, we're going to take a picture. Yeah, let's go.
Always something new. Thank you so much, Brooke. I will just say what you did not mention. Well, A, you didn't cry. I was very proud of you for that. But I will also say what you didn't mention was Paramount, that 96% was the highest in the state of Idaho. So congratulations. I would now love to bring up, so we put off one of our board reports from our high schools last week because we had a packed meeting. And so we're going to have two high schools present tonight. We'll start out with, by no means is this order of importance. We'll start out with Hawaii High School, Rachel Edwards, Angela Zarevis. Come on up and present on Hawaii High School.
Members of the board, Chair Frazier, Dr. Bub, it is my pleasure always to publicly brag about Owyhee High School. That is one thing that I don't not do whenever I possibly can. I mean, we did just win state swim and District 3 band and some other things. We've had an amazing start to the year. One thing that we are so proud about beyond what they're going to present tonight is our focus on freshmen. So what we've really tried to do this year is make sure our students are acclimated quickly and they really understand the importance of high school and are able to get into our culture fast. We've started a Fresh Start program. So we have our freshman assemblies that we really work on character traits, what's important about high school, how to get involved in high school, along with credits matter, attendance matters, and really making sure that they feel acclimated fast with our assemblies, our advisory. Our counselors meet one-on-one with every single freshman. They are starting that this week, and along with just the support from our staff and our community with our freshmen. One thing that I am really excited about as I present these amazing young women is that we really have a fabulous student council team. They literally can rule the world. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Angela Zarevis, our student council extraordinaire advisor.
And my job is easy. I'd like to introduce to you our ASB president and vice president. Thank you for having us.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Trustees, Dr. Bub, and Clerk Engel. I'm Joey Fonseca, and I'm the ASB President of our Owyhee Student Council.
I am Berlin Halterman, the ASB Vice President. Thank you so much for having us here today to tell you all about the amazing things going on at Owyhee.
We'd like to start by talking about our academic accomplishments in the last quarter that we just had. At Owyhee High School, we like to celebrate our students that get a 3.5 GPA or higher. And at the end of this last quarter, 46% of our students had a 3.5 GPA or higher, which meant we got to celebrate by delivering 900 candy bars to those students. We've also seen a significant drop in D's and F's this last quarter, starting with 1,266 and ending with 552 F's, and starting with 780 D's and ending with 482 D's.
More with academic accomplishments, we've had over 3,000 teacher acknowledgements in the form of Own It cards. These are cards that teachers give their students to acknowledge the hard work that they are putting in the classroom that students can cash in for prizes. As well as this last year, our class got best in English ISAT, and we celebrated with Storm the Stadium, where we had food trucks come and a raffle for the junior class.
We'd also like to talk about our amazing fall season that we just wrapped up, starting with our marching band. This year we had a new head coach, Chris Crozier, and he came in with a domination in mind. Their band went back-to-back, sweeping their division and taking all captions at their first two tournaments. They took this momentum into district and state and ended winning first place overall in all three tournaments. As for our volleyball team, our coach, Michelle Dodds, kept our strong tradition of success with our volleyball program, and they took number 3 seed in the district tournament after a huge win on our senior night. For golf, our coach, Pete Clark, he's working really hard on our program, and the squad broke a bunch of team records this year. Both boys and girls teams had showing at the top or near the top of every tournament and missed out on team state by only a few strokes. Kaden Hobbs and Eliana Cho both had great showings in state as individuals. As for our swim team, Coach Brooke Snyder and Coach Tony Fonseca continue to work on our program very hard. They have built one of the biggest teams in the state and continue to grow our program into elite status. We just ended the season with JV boys winning district and our varsity boys winning state, which shocked everyone because our team was only a team of 7 boys. And is special to Britlin and I because we both got to compete at state.
Yes, also, hence the state of my voice from all the cheering. Moving on to soccer, Coach Maddie Graham continued to lead her girls soccer program to the top of the state. They were able to take the 2nd seed in districts as well as the 3rd straight trip to state. For our boys soccer, Coach Green has officially turned the Owyhee boys soccer program into a state power. They took the 3rd seed in districts and qualified for state for back-to-back seasons.
As for our football team, Coach Jason Burton and our awesome football program started off with a school record of a 5-game win streak. They took the 3rd seed into districts and made their way to state. For cross country, Coach Alan Perry continues to put our athletes on the podium. Our boys and girls team placed 1st and 2nd in almost every tournament and had multiple runners qualify for state this year. Girls rugby. Coach Kirk Bradford continues to beat the odds and took a young and excited new team with only 3 returning starters and made a solid run through districts, beginning with the number 1 seed and the SIC, and they qualified for state.
Now moving on to some of our staff awards. As pictured, you will see Miss Taylor Clark. She got 8th Athletic Trainer of the Year, which is super exciting. Also in the picture is her husband, Pete Clark, who is our golf coach, and he was voted 6A SIC Coach of the Year. So we really have the power couple at our school. Moving on to how we kind of celebrate our staff more in school. We have a Staff Member of the Month, which we celebrate every month. This is a moment for us to highlight the amazing things that our staff are doing locally for our school.
Moving on to school celebrations, we really wanted to highlight our homecoming week because, in my opinion, it's the most important week of our first semester. We started off by starting a bunch of new traditions. On our homecoming game night, we had our first ever tailgate, followed by our first ever homecoming parade, which was a huge hit. We were not expecting as many students to show up, and we were really blown away by the amount of students that came to support our clubs and sports. And it was a really great start to our homecoming game night. And we had 900 students in our student section that night, which was a little overwhelming, but was very fun as well. At the end of that Friday night, we had Burning of the O, which is not a new tradition, but it is one of my favorites just because it ends the night in the best way possible, just hanging out around a bonfire in the shape of an O. For our dress-up themes for our homecoming week, we had our first ever Anything But a Backpack Day, which was really cool for us because for years we've been getting feedback from students saying that they wanted to do anything but a backpack day, but we always struggled in finding regulations that would make the school day still a learning environment. And this year we just went for it and we had all these regulations and everything went really well and it was super fun. We had great feedback.
For some more school celebrations, we have our hallway decorating, which we as Stuco keep on top of. Every semester we redecorate pretty seasonally to kind of fit the season. In a few weeks we have our winter decorating come up, so we'll decorate for all the fun winter things that we have. For our social media presence this year has been ever increasing. We have an amazing PR team that has been working to provide new content to reach students in a new fun way. For our assemblies, we have been getting raving reviews on our assemblies this year. From beginning to end, they are engaging and fun for all that are there. So it's been amazing.
We have a lot to celebrate still, so we're going to continue with our celebrations. Our Sources of Strength has a thing called Fist Bump Fridays, which is every morning they line up the entrances of our doors and they have cute signs and they play music and they fist bump every student that walks in, which is just a great way to start our morning, just bring a little bit more energy to our students. As for Storm the Quad, this is really cool because it allows students to interact with each other in different ways. This just means that students who have advisory are taken out of advisory for the day, and we have our amazing admin cooking burgers and hot dogs outside, as you can see Mr. Benedict in that picture, as well as food trucks. And for Club Rush, we had a bunch of tables with all the clubs and all the information on how to get involved at school. And this is just really cool because we get to spend some time in the sun before it gets really cold. And for our last point, this year we were Meridian Water Tower champions, which means that out of all the schools in Meridian, we were the best high school based off academic, athletics, and overall involvement, which is super cool because if you go into downtown Meridian, you get to see all of those banners with the Owyhee logo on it.
Thank you so much for having us today.
And
Great job, you guys. Would you mind sticking around for just a minute? We're gonna have Rocky Mountain speak, and then we're gonna come back. We'll do some pictures if that's okay. Does that work for you guys? I will say this: I'm very thankful that you have Anything But a Backpack Day because that feels like it's the topic of conversation every time I go to visit Stuco at Owyhee High School. I'm visiting you guys tomorrow, so I was waiting for that to happen. I'm very happy that we made that work out. Now, I would love to bring up Scott Connors, Mr. Derlick, and Ms. McCullough, Student Council Advisors at Rocky Mountain High School.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Dr. Bubb, trustees. I had a really funny speech prepared, and then I talked with Rachel, and she said I needed to make it serious, so I'm bringing it back down. So this is going to be serious. But just want to say what an honor it is to be here to represent Rocky Mountain High School and our students and staff. I feel very fortunate to be here in this position. My experience at Rocky thus far has been nothing short of incredible. I can't say how how often I kind of get taken aback as I sit there and I think about the things that are going on in our hallways and in our classrooms. So it's pretty amazing to be there. Rocky's now in its 18th year, and we continue to build a strong tradition of excellence. We've been recognized as a school of excellence 7 times, including this past year, and we've also been runner-up an additional 7 times. These honors are a reflection of the exceptional work our students and teachers do every single day at Rocky. Our excellence extends beyond the academics and athletics, as our students also shine athletically, artistically, and as leaders in our community. Kids want to be here, is what makes it special. Parents want their kids to show up at Rocky Mountain. In fact, we currently have 242 students who have open enrolled to attend Rocky, which speaks volumes about the culture and the reputation the school's built over the past 18 years. Most importantly, Rocky serves all kids. Whether it's in the classroom, on the field, or through clubs and activities, we have a place for every single kid. Every student who walks through our doors can find a home and an opportunity to grow. I'm very fortunate to work alongside several amazing leaders, and tonight I'm proud to introduce a few of them. I have the student council advisors, Dan Derlick and Marie McCulloch, as well as our ASB co-president, Charlie Russell, and several other members of our ASB student council.
Hi everyone, my name is Charlie Russell and I'm the ASB co-president at Rocky Mountain High School. My co-president Karsten Clyde can't be here tonight because he has Rocky football, which they're going to the semifinals this Friday, so wish them luck. But I'm just here to talk about a few fun things going on at Rocky and just what makes our school so excellent, as Mr. Connors was saying. So first, I'd like to go over student academics. RMHS has won the 2024-2025 6A School of Excellence for our student athletes' performance in athletics, academics, and sportsmanship. And Lucy Dean and Seth Nelson are National Merit Scholars semifinalists. So that's super awesome, and I would like to highlight them. And then let's highlight some of our activities in athletics. We have girls golf. They 6-peated, so they've won six times in a row for state, which is so awesome. And then our girls cross country team were state champs. Boys soccer were district champs. Girls soccer was 2nd in the state. Volleyball was 2nd in the district, and we got 4th at state. And then football has an 8-1 record in the conference, and they're going to play in the state semifinals this Friday at Rigby. And then band, we have best music, best percussion, and best color guard performance in medium division, which is super awesome. And then let's highlight some of our staff and students. So Jack Stone had the opportunity to paint the first ever mural in Rocky. There's a picture of him there. He was our 2024 ASB president, and that's just super awesome because it just shows like the impact he made on Rocky, and it's super fun to just decorate our halls and keep the light in Rocky. And then Miss McCulloch, she advises yearbook at Rocky Mountain and has received the Rising Star Award by the Journalism Education Association, and she is the most talented advisor I have worked with in all of my 26 years in the yearbook industry, is what one of the quotes said, and she's over here. So give her a round of applause. Yeah, she's the best. She helps out with student council and source of strength and all of the other things, leadership, so she's the best. And then some of our events going on at Rocky right now, we have Burning of the Grist. So after our homecoming game, we got to do a little bonfire, which was super fun. We invited staff, students, community members, anyone. We wanted to just get community outreach and really just encourage people to show up for their community. We think that Rocky wouldn't be the same without our students, our parents, and everyone around us, and we're thankful for them. And then we also got to do Senior Sunrise, which is a super fun senior tradition. It just brings the whole senior class together right before school starts, and it just lets all the familiar faces come back around. It's crazy. I grew up at Paramount and was in student council there, and then now I get to see them start the pledge, which is awesome. And then homecoming week, super fun. We, again, 8-1 record for football, so that was super exciting. We had our assembly, which was super fun. And then we've also implemented a Grizz Walk, which instead of just having kids come down to our gym for the assembly, student council goes and knocks on all the doors, and we have our band playing, and we get to walk the whole hallway with the band, and everyone falls into the gym, which is super fun, and it just creates a fun environment right before our assembly. But that's all I have today. Thank you guys so much, and I'm just so thankful to go to Rocky Mountain, so.
And if I can take, before we do pictures, I want to take a second because 3 of my favorite schools are here. So our daughter went to Paramount. Our daughter graduated from Rocky, and our son graduated from Hawaii. And I can say our because my husband's sitting over there. So it's fun to say our, he's here. But I can say phenomenal experiences at every school. And it's, to your point, Scott, it is a touching thing to watch these kids and watch what happens when you have the kind of support that our communities offer, that you have the kind of support our teachers and admin offer, and most importantly, the support their families offer them. So thank you so much. If we can have Hawaii come up first, and then we'll have Rocky and we'll do pictures. All right, I think we survived family photos. Good job. We will now go to patron input. We didn't have anyone sign up tonight, but I do like to remind everyone that when you are looking to do patron input, you're always limited to 2 minutes. We want to keep that to kind of the high-level conversations, not about individual employees, not about individual students. Anything like that should come to us in an email. But anyway, we didn't have anyone sign up tonight, so we'll move on past that, and I am open to a motion on consent agenda. Trustee Benetti.
I move that we accept the consent agenda unanimously.
Do I have a second? Trustee Redford.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 4-0. And it just occurred to me that I failed to mention Trustee Azuna is somewhere very nice, so we're excited for her. Aloha. All right. That will take us to new business, and we would like to invite up Mr. Marcus Myers, our Chief Academic Officer, to talk to us about our alternative high schools update. Say that 5 times fast.
All right, good evening, Madam Chair, trustees, and Superintendent Dr. Bubb. This evening, we are proud to share the outcomes and progress made through the restructuring of our high school alternative schools. The restructure was an effort grounded in our shared purpose to establish the non-negotiable systems, structures, and instructional practices that ensure every student in the West Ada School District has access to high-quality teaching, a supportive learning environment, and the academic and behavioral supports necessary to maximize growth. Our alternative schools serve as a vital pathway for students whose journeys require flexibility, connection, and smaller setting innovative approaches to learning. Through this restructuring process, we have worked intentionally to build stronger systems of support, align practice, and expand opportunities that empower all students to reach graduation and beyond. We set clear goals for this work to increase enrollment, improve daily attendance, strengthen graduation outcomes through enhanced credit monitoring systems, and expand access to career and technical education, our CTE pathways. Tonight, we celebrate not just the data points that reflect improvement in each of these areas, but the collective commitment of our administrators, staff, students, and families who have made these outcomes possible. The progress we see today demonstrates that when we align our systems and focus our efforts, we truly can transform access, engagement, and success for every learner in West Ada. We recognize that the restructure was cause for concern for many. Rest assured, trustees, our community and families, our students are in good hands. And although we have made tremendous progress, there is still work to be done. But together, we are hyper-focused on improvement. Our team tonight will convey a shared sentiment that we will continue to reflect, gather feedback, analyze this data, and make adjustments as needed. Thank you for your continued support and investment in these efforts. I want to reintroduce you to Kristen Hayner, the Administrator of Alternative Education, who will share impact data with you this evening, recognizing that behind every data point is a student face and story of success. Also, Mike Hanneman at Rebound, Joe Palaya at Eagle Academy, and Dr. Ian Harm at Meridian Academy will share celebrations from each location. Thank you, and with that, Ms. Hayner.
Good evening, Madam Chair, trustees, Dr. Bub. Nice to see you all again this year. So one of the focus areas that we had last year was increased enrollment opportunities for high school students in an alternative setting. And it was a major focus of the restructure plan proposed last year. Through the change process, we identified maximum capacities at each of our 3 buildings and streamlined our enrollment processes. Together with building leadership, we set a goal of being at 80% of total capacities in each one of our buildings by the end of semester 1. I'm happy to report with about 5 weeks left to go in this first semester, we've already met this goal and we are continuing to grow. And if you look there at the data, you can see our enrollments from last year, quarter 1, and I will point out Rebound, School of Opportunity. As you can see, they were at 127% last year because they were actually over capacity, which was one of the focus areas that we had for them, was to be able to gain a larger space for them to enroll more students. And so currently they are sitting at 81%, but you can see their enrollment is actually higher with room to go. As well as at Meridian Academy, we're at 206, and Eagle Academy at 151. And currently no waiting list of students getting into those locations. With the increased enrollment capacity of Rebound, we were working hard to identify the proper placement for students we know would benefit from an alternative setting, therefore referring students to the right alternative placement, allowing them the best chance of successful graduation within their 4-year cohort. Another focus area that we had was daily attendance rates for our students attending the academies. Last year, the average daily attendance rate for academy students was approximately 53%. This year, with the help of the position of the Principal of Behavior and Safety of Alternative Schools, Evan Springle, we've been able to strategically track and target student attendance. This process includes sending home attendance notifications at specified times, with follow-up emails, phone calls, in-person meetings, and even home visits when necessary. All of this has helped us to surpass our first semester goal of a 75% average daily attendance rate. As you can see there, all 3 buildings, Eagle Academy, Meridian Academy, and Rebound, are maintaining a daily rate above our specified goal currently. Another focus area that we had was graduation rates and improved credit monitoring. Our goal for this year is 70% in all 3 of those locations, and we are hyper-focused on this. We are continuing to analyze credits earned, progress toward portfolio completion, and transition to Rebound if students need additional support to be on track for this area. And as you can see there, I don't want to take any of Mr. Hanneman's thunder, but Rebound, as you can see, we can track credits there because they're like happening daily there at Rebound. And you can see where they are. August they had 69, September 206, October 297 credits earned, and they have had 8 graduates so far this year at Rebound. So they are clicking along like no other. But he's got lots more he can celebrate as well. And finally, an increased area was our CTE opportunities for our students at the alternative schools. We did not want them to miss out on having access and be able to participate in our district CTE programs. Last spring, school and district CTE staff met with students and parents from all 3 buildings to explain the career and technical programs we offer in West Ada. We worked extensively with Miranda Carson and her transportation team to ensure proper busing was in place for students to attend CTE classes. Another support we put into place, which I think has been one of the most impactful, was we hired an individual to serve as a CTE paraprofessional. This person travels between Meridian Academy and Eagle Academy, as well as the CTE centers, where alternative students are attending class. She supports the students while in the classroom and in the shop areas. She also serves as a mediator between the CTE teacher, the academy mentor teachers, and parents. This additional layer of support has allowed our academy students to have success in areas where we previously saw students struggle and eventually drop out of the program. And as you can see there, there's a picture of one of our academy students that without that success may not have actually made it into the shop, because there's a lot of safety instruction that has to occur before they actually go into the shop, which makes sense because they're welding with flames there. So we were very excited to see that success. So next we're going to be having the three principals come up, and they will each speak a little bit. I would like to just really quickly say about these amazing individuals that they have dedicated their careers in West Ada to ensuring our most at-risk students have the best chance of earning a high school diploma before they leave us. Their dedication, passion, optimism, and ability to think outside of the box for our students is nothing short of amazing. They not only embraced the idea of a restructured alternative system, but they dove headfirst into it. Implemented it with sensitivity and compassion with staff, students, and parents, all the while building culture, school pride, and effective learning environments. They are true champions of the monumental success we have seen already and will continue to see in alternative settings. So I now invite them up to share their celebrations. And we'll start with Rebound.
Hello, Madam Chair, trustees, Dr. Bob. Thank you for the opportunity today to come here and celebrate some of the great things that we've done since the restructuring. In my 15 years here at Rebound, this by far and away is the greatest celebration of all. I've come from a place where we started in a one room office space. We had 30 kids, and that year we had 8 graduates. To come to today, and here we are, last year we had 100 graduates. We have this beautiful facility that the kids come to each and every day with a different vibe than they've ever had. So this right here, I don't know if you've all had a chance to come over, it's the greatest celebration that we've had in my time at Rebound. So I'm truly thankful. We have an outstanding, beautiful building that all the staff and all the students are they shine in a whole different light than I've ever seen. Have a couple celebrations for you. On top of the new home, the pride that the kids have here at this building, on day one, I had a student say, hey, Mr. Hanneman, we have a real school. And I kind of giggled and laughed, and I said, all right, yes, we've always had a school. However, this is different, and I agree with you. So those are just some stories that I'm hearing each and every day. We've implemented some new changes. We have a thing called Proficiency Path that takes kids that have failed classes before. They come in, we assess them on the knowledge that they learn, and then we move them through the class using those assessments. So that's one celebration. Our best first instruction, we've really focused on enhancing the online learning experience through best first instruction. I'm proud to say, and this is another huge celebration, that all of our online classes have learning intentions and success criteria built into each class. So just because it's online doesn't mean we're not following what West Ada is doing in the best first instruction. We've implemented an advisory class for both Rebound and Virtual Schoolhouse. Every kid at both schools has an advisory class. The teachers can progress monitor, check in, communicate, build those strong community relations, and that's brand new to both schools this year. We have currently in my facility, we have Rebound in-person, Rebound online, a little bit of blended. We have Virtual Schoolhouse and Independent Study. We have 5 mini programs at my one facility. And that goes into a lot of planning and a lot of prep from teachers. We now have an ELA, a math, and a special ed intervention room, which we hadn't had in the past. We have virtual schoolhouse testing center. So now instead of sending all the kids to the white cloud, we can bring them into our facility and assess them there. That was a big, big change. We have AP classes now at virtual schoolhouse. This just started, and we're going to keep building that, and keep building that program. Staff, the feedback that I've gotten from staff is that, I said, what's something really great from this, and how do you feel? And the word that keeps coming up is they feel professional. They have this building, we have all these resources, they feel professional. And when I hear teachers say that, I'm like, that's great, I love it. Love to hear that feedback. I hubbed all the teachers in a collaborative environment, so I hubbed them by content area. So all our English teachers are hubbed together. All our social studies teachers are hubbed together so that they can collaborate throughout the week. We have busing for AM and PM students now. That's critical in allowing access to our school. We have an SRO housed at Rebound. We have a full-time security person at Rebound, brand new. And it's made a huge difference, huge difference. We have a cafeteria, which sounds kind of a small thing, but we've never had a cafeteria. And the cafeteria, the kids are coming and eating at school, and we're taking that barrier away. So that's been a big change. And then we have some fundraising opportunities with a gym now, which we've never actually had. So all of these things on this list, all brand new this year, thanks to the restructuring, and it's just going to keep making us, Rebound, and all our alternative schools just keep growing, and I can't wait to see what we can do here in the next few years. So thank you for your time. Appreciate you.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board, Dr. Bubb. And you guys, nobody said hello to you, but I'm saying hi and I appreciate you. Tonight, I want to take a moment to celebrate change. As Kristen can attest, this change was something that generated fear and frustration, but it has been an opportunity to grow stronger together and build resiliency. Eagle Academy has entered an exciting new chapter, one that reflects our shared commitment to giving every student the best possible education and every teacher the tools to succeed. This year brings with it several major changes: a new daily schedule, a new student learning management system, a new math curriculum, and even the merging of two schools into one community. Additionally, nearly 40% of our teaching staff are new, including a completely new math department. While it is a lot to contend with, it is also a notable moment of renewal. Change on this scale feels overwhelming at times, trust me, I know, but it also brings tremendous energy, fresh ideas, and innovation. Our new teachers bring diverse experiences and new strategies. Our new schedule is designed to support deeper learning and balance, shifting our focus from task completion to learning, with a goal of not only supporting academic growth, but also building the skills students need for the world beyond our classrooms. We've encountered challenges with our new learning management system, but our unwavering goal is for the system to connect teachers, students, and families more effectively, making learning more transparent, personalized, and engaging. Our updated math curriculum, led by an entirely new math department, will strive to ensure that every student is both learning and understanding math, building confidence and curiosity that will last beyond graduation. Of course, transitions like these aren't always easy. There are challenges, adjustments, and growing pains. But I believe that what defines a great school is not how it avoids change, but how it embraces it with collaboration, compassion, and commitment to excellence. Consolidating two schools means a chance to combine the strengths, traditions, ideas, and talents of two communities into one. Together, with shared passion and purpose, we are optimistic that this unity will contribute to overall student success. Therefore, my goal is to move forward with gratitude for the educators leading the way, for the families supporting these efforts, and most importantly, for the students who inspire every change we make. We're not just building a new system, we're building a stronger future, and I invite you to come and visit. Thank you.
Good evening, Chair Frazier, board members, Dr. Bubb, thanks for having us. My name's Ian Harm, principal at Meridian Academy High School. I think to start off, a lot of the data that you saw Kristen present is a testament to what we have going on to start off, right? I'm going to take a little different approach in Meridian Academy and actually look at some of the systems that we've built over the last 5 and 6 years, right? There's a lot of consistency that also is part of schools, and I think it's really something to celebrate, starting with our PBIS, our behavior supports. We have developed across a team, we've been meeting for about 5 years as a team in our school to develop behavior expectations and learner dispositions. We spread those across the entire school. They are vocabulary and the vocabulary that everyone uses across the school, but they're also explicitly taught. That stuff takes a while, and we're continuing with that this year. We do things in our school, we divide them up. We have a very strong mentoring program in all of our academies, Meridian Academy included, and our groups are called arenas. We do a lot of celebration type things, a lot of activities to build community across the schools. One of those is called arena games, where students compete, and it's just one of those, it's kind of trauma-informed best practices is to build community, and that's one more thing that we do in Meridian Academy. We celebrate quarterly the behavior and learner expectations that we highlight. As teachers highlight those students, we record those, and at the end of each quarter, we bring them in, we bring in parents, and we celebrate and give out awards to students in those areas as well. And then we also celebrate our academic progress. So in Meridian Academy, everybody can be highlighted in some way, shape, or form throughout the year by demonstrating some of those practices and or academics. So there's always opportunities for students to do those things. Some really, some powerful ideas that I think we have used in Meridian Academy that is a little different and innovative. We realize in our special education department, our students really despise the label special education, right? They don't want to go to a special education class. So working with our special education crew, we decided not to call it that anymore and actually call it now Tier 3 interventions, which means any student in our school can go into a Tier 3 intervention if they need it, right? So our special education department not only does the special education part, but now they bring in other students too. And that's just a testament to their flexibility that they're willing to do that without, without any question at all. And as a matter of fact, they were the ones that brought that idea to me. So really, really good. Within Best First Instruction, we have been working hard on clarity across the school, and we've been doing this for a few years. We have, it's called Ticket Tuesday, and really it's our way of having students write down what they are learning, and they know really clearly what they are learning. So when you walk into Meridian Academy and you ask a student what they are learning, it should be a competency-based statement. They should have really great knowledge of what they're learning and doing in that school. And I have been amazed. I mean, even one time with Dr. Bubb, he came in and visited, and we just popped in, and we asked a handful of students. To me, what I saw was every single one of those students said exactly what they were learning, was engaged in it to the point of, we're like, okay, we have to go now, right? They would talk about it. And I think that's just a testament in an alternative school of the work that we're doing as teachers. We're taking students who are disengaged when they come to us, and we're working really hard on ways to engage them and own their learning. And ultimately, we want them to own their learning at the end of this. And then really the biggest part of this to me is, as systems that take years to build, we have teacher leaders now that I won't say own, but are empowered and working to teach others as we bring new students in each of those areas, whether it's BFI, whether it's PBS and behavior, whether it's mentoring. We have leaders that are really are the experts in those areas, and I really have been fascinated and really love to watch when they are now leading the school, right? To me, a school is running really well when I'm stepping out for some reason and they're still doing all those things, right? So I just really want to give a high five to all our teachers who are teacher leaders now in our school. Very flexible, do all these changes that we all know happen. They were very steady the entire time, and it was really great to have them on my side. So I'm really excited about that. So that's where we are at Meridian Academy, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh. Uh-oh. Can I go back? Sorry. Okay. Before we stand for any questions you may have, I want to again express our deepest gratitude to the board for your support and belief in reimagining the alternative education system for our students here in West Ada. We recognize that this change was not easy. It came with mixed emotions, many what-ifs, passionate conversations, and countless hours of collaboration and hard work from each of you, from Dr. Bob, district personnel, building leaders, dedicated staff, school staff, students, and concerned community members. Yet because of that shared commitment, we can now confidently say that many of the concerns expressed last spring about things like parking, overcrowded classrooms, large mentor groups, half-day schedules, or limited cafeteria space were addressed and did not come to fruition. In fact, we've been able to expand our enrollment, allowing more students than ever before to access and benefit from our alternative learning environments, increasing their chances of earning a West Ada High School diploma before they leave us. Our students are thriving in spaces that are supportive, engaging, and designed for their success. And a truly heartfelt thank you to the board, our community members, West Ada staff and students, for your courage, your trust, and your steadfast dedication to creating opportunities that truly make a difference for every student that we serve here in West Ada. So thank you. Any questions? And our whole crew could stand up.
Any comments or questions from the board? Trustee Benetti.
Fantastic. This is great to see this type of excellent progress. I did have some questions there on attendance. I'm going to do some of this from memory. So I thought that I saw that that Eagle Academy's attendance was at 95%. Was that correct, or was it Meridian that was at 95%?
Attendance or enrollment?
Maybe enrollment.
Enrollment is at 95% capacity.
Because one of the concerns that we had was that we were going to exceed our ability to be able to serve our student population. Are we concerned at all about that 95%? Do we still have some flexibility? I know that we can potentially go over on enrollment, but what's the potential concern there? Just making sure that we can satisfy every need.
Okay, I don't know. Do you want me to answer that? Go ahead.
Madam Chair, I can.
Yeah. I can do that.
Nope.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Come on, here we go.
Ready to address that. One, we continue to monitor that carefully. No, we will not. We have room and capacity across the board. Currently, that's where that stands in that number. We're going to continue to watch that, but again, we have those flexibilities with schedules. We have flexibilities to meet kids where they're at. We have flexibility to make sure that we can get new students in and that we're constantly monitoring that. So the number you see there is really progress toward a goal of enrollment and not necessarily that capped amount. We will continue to work and get our students in.
Excellent.
Dr. Bob, just a second.
Yep.
You want to address that?
Madam Chair, trustees, the other thing I would say is part of the system is, and with all of our principals here, it's great to have, if students are not successful at one of our academies, then they will then go to rebound. They'll be able to see success there, and then that will open up some seats as well. So that's where we're at today, but hopefully that the intent is that churn starts to happen on a more frequent basis once we determine who is or who is not successful in those environments.
And can I ask a follow-up question to that? What's our senior class look like? I mean, what do we think we might lose this year or not lose, gain in graduates? But what do we think that might look like? I mean, I would guess that's a fair number of students.
We continue to watch that closely. It is a goal that we also share. We are confident that number is going to be higher than what it was in previous years that way. We continue to watch it carefully with credit recovery that happens over the course of the year. We're watching that. Our current estimates in that is that we're going to far exceed that number.
So that would also open up more seats.
Yes, it would.
Perfect, thank you. Trustee Benetti.
Yeah, I have a couple more, if that's okay, Madam Chair. This might be a question for Principal Handman, but I know that there was some concern with rebound AM/PM enrollment, that we needed it to be balanced. I saw that it was 81% current enrollment. Is that relatively evenly spread between AM/PM, or is it like 40% and 120%? Because I know that was some concerns that we had when we were considering this proposal.
No, the AM session it's probably 25% fuller. The AM session seems to be the one that the kids want to choose. It's funny because it didn't used to be like that. Back in the day, they all wanted the afternoon session. But kids just want to get up, get it done, and move on. But right now, I have plenty of room. I'll be glad to take. Dr. Bob asked me on day one, what do you need from me? I said, give me 300 more kids.
Fantastic.
We'll keep taking them.
Related, may I, Madam Chair? So CTE enrollment from 320X to 59, wow. I know that was one of our central goals. Talk about knocking it out of the park. Brings another question. We were concerned a little bit about CTE enrollment being able to accommodate. Is anyone being turned away by CTE because of too much enthusiasm? Or are we still having space for those students that want to take CTE avenue?
Madam Chair Trustee, we are not turning anybody away. We continue to hold conversations and planning conversations with students based upon their needs. If students elect, we do everything we can to find a way to make it work.
Can I ask a follow-up to that? So is there anything that we have in place to, or we're thinking about to help expand that number? I would love to see it go up.
Absolutely. Madam Chair, continued conversations with students around that opportunity, planning within their schedule to ensure that that can take place, transportation opportunities to get students there, and expansion of our pathways.
Any other comments or questions? Trustee Redford.
I don't have any questions. I just want to say that I know change is hard and it can be very painful, but this update is very encouraging and exciting, and I love that we've essentially unclipped Mike's wings and Rebound is flying, and yeah, just fly, baby, fly.
Any other comments or questions?
I'm new, can I still say
Absolutely.
something?
Trustee McCullough, you are very welcome to speak.
First time speaking. And to be honest, this is the first time I've heard so much information about your program, and I feel inspired. I see how flexible that you guys have been to change things to make it so successful for your students, that you're putting your students first. And I just, I feel inspired and grateful for each one of you. I think it's amazing what you're doing, and I can't wait to learn more, and I cannot wait to visit all the schools.
Thank you, Trustee.
Dr. Bum.
Madam Chair, Trustees, I just want to take a minute to recognize our three principals and Krista Hayner. We would not be where we're at today with this change without your leadership. I can just say, I can attest to easily. I drove by Eagle Academy several times over the summer, and I bet you Joe's truck is still parked in front of Eagle Academy. For a while, I thought he was just leaving it there, so everybody thought he was working. Countless hours by every single one of you guys to make this a reality. Kristen, I know you put a ton of hours into this. Marcus, I know you put a ton of hours into this. This is a testament, not to just to you guys, but also to our staff. I know we have Academy staff that are here. That takes a lot to make this happen. So having some data behind it to say, hey, it's working is great. And from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate our staff for going through this and for all the hard work and dedication that you've given to our kids.
Any other comments? Trustee Benetti.
Yeah, just a general comment that I want to appreciate all the effort that has happened here. Appreciate in particular the parents and the teachers who had to adjust through some changes. And yeah, I mean, we have to admit it was a little bit of a rocky rollout, but it's always not necessarily how you start, it's how you finish. I think we've also made some improvements on that to adjust. But the thing that I'm sort of most proud with is that overall, with superintendent on down through the leadership to the staff, teachers, parents who make it happen. You know, what I said when I first applied for this job, one of my heroes is Admiral Grace Hopper, who has, among her many accomplishments, has a very famous phrase. The most dangerous phrase in the English language is, "We've always done it that way." And we were certainly in danger of that. And so when we actually took the time to look at it proactively, recognize that there was something that needed to be fixed, we fixed it, and we're starting to see the success of that. It's super easy to just let go and just say, well, I'm just not going to worry about this, or I'm not going to worry about these populations, and I'm just going to keep on. And we've always done it that way, so why rock the boat? And despite it being a little rocky at times, we did decide that we were going to do it a little bit differently, and I cannot express how excited I am about these results. And I'm looking forward to even greater results to come. So thank you to our staff. Thank you to our administration. Thank you to our leadership. Really appreciate that. This is great news. Well done.
All right, I want to take a second too. You're welcome to sit down, Marcus, if you'd like to. I want to take a moment too. I've had the opportunity as chair, a lot of people don't realize, but as chair, I do visit schools a lot and I represent the board when I come. Dr. Bub does have to take us when we go, and so it's not really feasible for all of us to go constantly. That would be difficult. So I've gotten to visit the academies, Rebound many times over the last 4 years, and I've gotten to be in them since they've changed. And I have to say, it's remarkable. I don't know a better word to use. There were beautiful things happening before, and those same things are happening plus. It's a wonderful thing to watch, and Rebound, I mean, I don't think I walk in that building without tearing up. That's a beautiful place to be, as are all our schools. But there's wonderful things happening for kids that are at risk, for kids that are struggling. There have been challenges that have affected their academics in a way that they need extra help, and the teachers and the connections they have, and I know the parents, I spoke with many as we made these changes. I so respect and appreciate parents that love their kids and want to make sure they're in the best possible situation, and those connections with teachers matter, and they matter even more when you're in a challenging spot. And what I saw when I visited were those connections plus. And when I went in Rebound and I watched Mike tour us around and bounce off walls with excitement, and he said it to me too, give me 300 more kids, I'll take more, I'll take more. And that's what we wanted. We wanted more kids to have opportunities, more kids to get to succeed. We want all of our students to have an opportunity to launch into the future, and that's what you're doing. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for this presentation. And I hope our parents at home, I know there are many watching that have Academy students, recognize the work that's gone into this and how much we love their kids. So thank you. All right, you can clap if you want to, and for all of us. All right, with that, we will move to good of the order. There wasn't anyone that signed up. And we will move to future agenda items. Are there any? Seeing none, I'm open to a motion to adjourn. Trustee Redford.
Motion to adjourn, please.
As a second, Trustee Benetti.
Second.
Any conversation? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 4-0. We will adjourn at 7:12. Have a nice evening.